What is? Oh my god. That's the intro right there. Holy shit.
Oh my
What is going on, gamers? I shit you not. I hit the transition button on my Stream Deck and then I also clicked it on OBS. Oh, I'm so cool, dude.
My God.
I'm so cool, dude.
Hey, honestly, greatest of all time.
Oh, that's my goat right there. Hi, guys.
Best streamer ever, bro.
Bro.
Master of production. What's going on, guys? Episode 33, and not ever missing a little bit of scuff for tech issues. That's kind of like that's the theme here.
That's part of the. It's like par for the course, you know. That's
It really is.
Yeah.
You need a little scuff because we are of the people. Okay, that's.
Mm,
You have a little scuff in your
are
life.
the
We have
people.
scuff in our life. You know, that's how we all get around. You
I'll
know?
let you know right now. I've got more than a little bit of scuff in my life right now, but we won't touch on that.
Wow. Let's
I-
also not talk about me forcefully starting the XP share event in Discord, and then as it hits 3 o'clock, it decides, oh, I guess we're not starting. I'm just gonna stop this.
Great.
God, dude.
I'm not gonna get into details, but I'll just like to let you guys know how my week's been. I could have gone to jail today,
Oh, fantastic.
and that's all you get. If you know, you know, and like 3 people know. So yep.
Hey,
That's
I
how my week's been.
I always knew you had it in you, CJ. Very proud of you.
Oh my god. We're only the best here at Crack Media.
Only the best.
Only pre-convicted felons are allowed.
Yeah, no
we-
post.
We can't
Oh,
have
no,
the
I
best
didn't
content
say-
without a little edging, right? I mean, what?
Oh, wait,
Whoa,
No, CJ, no,
Whoa,
you just
that-
agreed.
Dun-dun,
Hold
shh.
on. I heard that.
Dun-dun, shh.
Anyway,
Multiverses, let's go, dude.
Woo!
It's still not,
Fuecoco, my goat. I still stand by it.
bro.
Look,
That
logo.
was, oh my god, those games are nuts. Holy shit. The fucking reverse sweep, dude. Brian,
No.
I feel for you.
Oh, I hurt for Brian Yee. I've been there multiple times, and
Man.
my God, does it never feels good. It never feels any better. That's the worst part.
Oh my god, it was such a good tournament. Before that, on the 7th, Misty took our that was our collab tournament, right? Yeah, the 7th.
Yeah,
that was the
Collaboration
collab.
Clash, yeah. I will
Yes,
coin
sir.
the name. Eventually, it will catch on.
What are you calling it, CJ?
The Multiverses Collaboration Clash. Because I like alliteration.
I like it.
It's so long.
I don't
And
hear that
then-
often, so
So Fat Pack took the Friday that just came up. Again, rest in peace, Brian Yee. I swear to God, it's between him and Mott's. Both of them get fucked by seating almost every time. I swear to God, it just.
It's in.
I
to be
don't
very
know.
Clear, we're not doing it on purpose.
I would just said that in chat too.
Yes.
Look,
Oh.
I'm just saying. I think the Fuecoco story arc that we went through on Friday was fucking cinema. That was incredible.
That was so good, dude. If
Does
you guys
not-
haven't seen that, dude, the VODs are up on YouTube. So good. Definitely made the run back of the century.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
bro.
You
That
know,
was good. It was good.
I'm personally very excited to be seeing Fuecoco coming up in the ranks. They have been absolutely fucking killing it, in my opinion. I'm a fan,
I
personally.
mean, the
I don't
stats
know
show-
a whole lot about multiverses, but I do fucking love me some Fuecoco. Like that.
I mean, the
that's all
stats
I'm
agree
gonna
with
say.
you, Kat. I'm just saying.
It's
Lucky for you, the stats are showing some Flacoco stock going up.
Two for you, Flacoco. You go, Flacoco.
Honestly, like when we, yeah, it's a very interesting honor to say that we have entertained Lone Wolf Dogma, who is absolutely not interested in anything fighter platform, but the fact that he was like, this casting is so good. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm actually watching this. Like, you guys fucking hit it. You guys hit
we
it.
aim to please. That's all we know. Whether it's due to generational trauma or I don't know what today's deal is,
No.
but
Oh no.
I'm glad that people are enjoying it at the very least.
No, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love casting with Juice because obviously, like, Juice has got a lot of experience in the field with the shit. But I feel like when me and Quang get on, and we like can just get so excited over the smallest little things. It's so good. It's so good.
You can call me stupid. It's fine.
No. Because you have the game knowledge and you're able to analyze it, and then I'm just over here and like I'm a fan at commentary. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm having fun.
Play-by-play and analyst. Like,
I do. It is very fun to have CJ next to me and just be like, I think what you said was correct. I don't know any better, so I'm going to default to you.
Yeah,
you.
that's like Quang is the word of multiverse is God.
Which is wild on so many accounts. But it's an honor.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Deadlock and Quidditch, TBA.
I
Hopefully.
mean,
I'm sorry. Can I go on a little rant real quick? Just can I go on a little rant real quick?
please.
Because okay, so listen. Deadlock is a Valve game, so I'm told. I played it twice. Both those times, I think I killed 2 people collectively. But Justin made a discovery this week that you could set up the private lobbies for Deadlock, and that obviously got the cogs going in the little monkey brains that run this little corner of the internet. It's like, ooh, we're the tournament guys. What if we did a tournament? But wait, we would need spectator for that. Oh shit, that's gonna be really hard because yeah, it's a Valve game, so you have to go into the console, put in a command, and that's how you get the private lobbies. It's not a button for it like in most games. But Valve have programmed a spectator into those private lobbies, so you can do that. So we can get these tournaments set up. We can have multiple points of view, and we can get all that and make it all nice and pretty. So my question is, hey Portkey, you know that game that you released recently? That the primary game mode of that is gonna be multiplayer. Because let's be real, the exhibition mode has got about 3 branching tournaments in it from what Kat has told me, and that's it. And there's like 4 arenas, so the main thing is going to be multiplayer and gelling with each other, figuring out the roles. But there's no fucking there is no spectator mode in it whatsoever.
There's no custom lobby.
There's no custom lobbies, there's no spectator, and if Deadlock, a game in beta, can pull that off, hey Porky, what's your fucking excuse? What is your excuse this time? Alright, I'm done. Thank you.
My fucking issue is exactly like you said. It is a PvP based game. There are only a couple of okay, so with the different cups, you can absolutely go down a million different paths with them. The World Cup, there's like 20 different countries that you can play as and get different cosmetics for every single country. But you're still playing the same thing over and over and over again in the same exact pitch over and over and over again. The PvP is what people are going to be doing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stay silent over here. I'm just gonna...
Can you play as Finland?
Can you play as Finland?
Probably, yeah.
Let me get a list. Hold on.
What is this for? Sorry, I'm like so out of the
Like
loop.
you can play different countries in the World Cup in the Quidditch Champions game.
Okay,
Because
I thought that's what we were talking about, and then I didn't
yeah,
realize you could play as countries, considering.
yeah, and each country has its own cosmetics that you can unlock, and like you get different progression challenges and stuff for completing X, Y, and Z ever many different cups of different variety.
Sure, sure. Uh, yeah. I mean, if they have Finland, I might play. I'm not a
The,
huge.
What the fuck?
they
I'm
do
not-
not have. They do not have Finland. The list of countries is Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, EU, Germany, India, Jamaica, Japan, Mexico, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Uganda, United Kingdom, and United States.
Finland has the best
Okay.
flag. Okay, I'm.
Oh, we're gonna fight on this because it's Albania that has the best flag.
I didn't realize that you also had an opinion about this. You're wrong.
We can fight about this later.
Is it weird to anybody else that they're going off of IRL countries and not like going off lore things?
That was why I was confused, especially because it's like
Well,
it's like a whole thing about like school, like the whole universe revolves around schools, right? Which is why I was like, wait, no, we are still talking about Harry Potter.
all right, as the resident Harry Potter fan, the World Cup, it is comprised of literally every single country in the world. That's the point of the World Cup. That's why it's called the World Cup.
Sure.
And then there's like the Hogwarts Cup, there's the Triwizards Tournament Cup, and then there is a Weasley Burrow Cup. That's literally just like a homemade pitch at the Weasley Burrow. It's kind of cute, I can't lie, but yeah, like
So this poses an entirely different question, right? Because
up?
I have seen the Harry Potter films. I've seen Goblet of Fire. I have seen the World Cup. You tell me that wasn't picked up at any point by any of the National Guards in any capacity.
Cloaking spells.
Yeah, FIFA would have been all over that shit.
No, but dead ass. Cloaking spells. If you've seen the movie, you know that when you walk into the tents, they're so much bigger than they appear on the outside. Anything is possible in the wizarding world. Like,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
saying.
I mean, this is not to discredit the movies in any sense of that word, but yeah, it's very easy to because magic, which is fine. Which is like I said, I'm not discrediting anything. This is
I mean,
All
it's
the
the
world
same
war.
thing as Star Wars because fucking because space magic.
Because the
yeah.
Speaking of dissing, though, I would like to make a disclaimer, which will lead to, I think, nice little thing. None of my views align with J.K. Rowling's, and this game itself is the first Harry Potter game to include any sort of choice in pronouns, and they them are available. So fucking take that, bitch.
Well, that's also kind of the other thing on that whole subject is the amount of, in the big picture of things, the amount that you're boycotting J.K. Rowling versus hurting the developers of the game is so substantially different. It's kind of nuts.
Do people
And-
know who
That's-
Kat is?
What?
Did we ever introduce Kat?
Yeah, she was on what, 2 podcasts
I've been here
ago?
before.
Oh,
Not two pot. No, way
No,
more than that.
way
It was
more
a
than
few
that.
months ago,
Oh,
homie.
I didn't
Come on.
I didn't know if we needed to do like an intro thing. You know, it's
This is Kat. She's a moderator. She's the graphic design lead for Cracked Media. She's also a nerd. Okay, there we go.
I was just
Don't forget.
one more person to help keep me
Crazy bitch.
sane.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Like-
crazy.
One more person in my
There's so much
sanity
work.
circle.
We put in so much work to like do the opposite. I just
Nah, I mean, Cat has been. As far as I'm concerned, Cat has been a part of crap media as far as I have. So people know who I am and don't know who she is, then that's a fucking problem.
I mean, yeah.
Close enough.
And I've been on a couple of XP shares and stuff too.
Yep.
I mean, not XP shares, side quests, not XP shares.
She's also very good at yelling at the competitors in multiverses when they're holding up the line.
that is honestly God's
that
word.
was
Can
so
we-
good.
Can we take a moment and discuss about how fucking great of a job?
Yeah.
And
Well, no, the thing is, there's other people playing. Everyone has shit that they gotta do. I get that, like, X, Y, or Z may be having to do something. Okay, cool. But so the fuck do the rest of us. And that should be respected. Plain and simple.
Yeah. No, it was
Like,
it
I'll be
was
nice
so
about it.
it was so
but-
much help that you were pointing those out. I don't know what happened on Friday, but I was literally getting no mod notifications all night. That was really weird.
See, I didn't get any actual notification pop-ups. That didn't work for me, even though I tried to set it up. I just refreshed shit like every minute or two. I can't lie.
Yeah, that was really weird. I was like getting pinged on Discord, like, "Oh, we need a mod." I was like, "I didn't see nothing." Okay, well, I guess we're going. But yeah, no, just like having you there, pointing that shit out, and just moving stuff along definitely helped Saturday
got
go
you,
real
boo.
smooth. If only we had the rest of the games recorded. That would be so dope.
Yeah.
But you could get Crack Media's half over on the YouTube.
And you can get to the YouTube very easily by visiting crack-media.com today.
Today.
Fucking hell, we're 20 minutes in and we're already shilling. We're 20 minutes in and we're already shilling.
I'm surprised we didn't start the thing off with shilling. That's how I live my life.
Hey, it's your boy, Skinny Pete.
So, like, other than like,
Why am I getting attacked?
I mean, you just said it. You just called yourself out, bro.
Oh, man.
like, other than because I know you've been playing it a lot with Josie. Other than the private lobby debacle that is fucking Quidditch Champions right now, how is the moment to moment gameplay?
Honestly, I dig it. It's the game that I've been waiting my entire fucking life for. Like, yeah, there's some shit that needs to be worked out, like private lobbies. And like they have a roadmap out right now. And they have a fair amount of stuff planned for this year alone. The question is if they keep their word up on it. Supposedly 6v6 is coming out sometime in 2024. I think the main reason it's not going to be 7v7 is because of the Seeker alone. The snitch isn't out the entire game like it is in canon lore. And it only comes out like 2 or 3 times during the game. And you switch from Chaser to Seeker to get the snitch.
Isn't
So
it
I do
only
think-
like a point value?
Yeah, it is a point value. A lot of people are really mad about it. I have a hot take. I like it.
I mean,
It allows you to continue
I
the
can't
game.
believe you've said that about.
It allows you to continue the game because
Yeah,
the matches are set at 7 minutes. So either you run out of time and whoever has the most points wins, or whoever hits 100 points first wins.
It does.
The
It
last
does
match flow.
bring. It does bring a bit of balance for sure. Because like, there would be some sweat out there who would just like, fucking figure out every fucking maneuver that the snitch does and be like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
just figure everything out, finish a match in like less than 2 minutes.
well, I
No,
mean,
and people are already working on that.
I was gonna say it's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
it is already happening.
Well, I mean, that's something I didn't really like about Quidditch in lore anyway. It's like you could have a fucking dominant team, right? You're 140 points to their nothing. You're sweeping them like a motherfucker. You are Mott's in round 1 of the tournament, dunking on the guy that just wanted to play multiverses on a Friday night. But the other team, they've invested all their time. At that point, they're like, right, we're just gonna let the Seeker catch the thing. We got 150 points. The game's over. We win. You played better, but we got the special golden ball. We win. GG.
That
Like,
is how I live
I
my
like
life.
it. I do like the idea that it's more.
Yeah.
It is a game changer, not a game ender.
Yeah. In canon, I think my numbers might be slightly off, and anyone in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. But pretty sure the longest Quidditch game that ever went on was 12 years long. Let me just fact check myself real quick.
Jesus. That's nuts.
Quidditch match.
I once
Oh
again
no,
know nothing
3
about this
months.
series.
Hold on, I lied. All right, I'm way off
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
a shame.
Okay.
12
Oh,
years.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
something was 12 years then. All right, I'm just
I
I
gonna
can just
shut up
imagine
on that part.
you coming off the pitch after a 12-year game, and your wife shows up with a newborn baby. It's like, yeah, it's just done. Like,
Congratulations.
I've been riding broomsticks for 12 years. The fuck do you mean that's my son?
Oh my god.
Oh
It's
shit.
my son.
Oh Jesus!
That's so good.
Oh my god.
I mean, I guess it would have been. I guess it would have been kind of okay if they kept it a game ender, but like made it less points. Because to CJ's point, I feel like it is kind of like you get the snitch, you win kind of thing. Like if your seeker is better than the other, like you're gonna win either way. But if you're like, if your core team is doing their job and they're dominating, like there shouldn't be an absolute way where one person on the other team could just win the match and say, "Ha, fuck your guys' skill."
Well, that's kind of my whole thing. Is like, why wouldn't you just dedicate like half the team to be like, right, find the snitch, point it out to the seeker, and then just beat the like, just send all the
Well-
bludgers to the other seeker, and we just win.
Yeah, like make it like, the other team gets like 100 points and your team has 70 and the snitch is only like 20 points, so you got to like figure out when you want to grab it kind of thing.
Yep, it's a bit more of a strategy to it.
The problem is that Harry Potter specifically is Steph Curry of Quidditch. That he's literally the only guy who consistently grabs the snitch, right? That's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I
But-
mean,
Even
no, we
if
gotta
it
give
is
Malfoy credit.
accidentally.
Malfoy is
yeah.
he's a very skilled seeker. He is a very skilled seeker. And the thing is with being a seeker too, and just flying a broomstick in general, is that your skill also incorporates into your speed. So in the movies and books and such, that's part of why they were so talented at being a seeker, because they had that skill and that drive to be able to get it.
Or in case you just accidentally fall off your broomstick and swallow the thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
He caught
Obviously,
it.
that's
He
the
caught it in his
drive,
mouth.
bro.
It counts. Like, he spat it out
I open
into
at the
his hand.
close.
See, if what he should have done, like spit it out, but Malfoy's right in front of him, fucking snatches it out of the air. Like Malfoy technically caught it. They win.
The referee's just sitting there like, I don't know. How do we call this?
Are there
Speaking of, like-
refs in Quidditch?
I think so. Wasn't Madam
Yeah.
Hooch the referee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
there
a
are
it's like
referees.
a wrestling referee where they're technically there, but they don't
Yeah.
really do anything.
Yeah, they literally just make sure you're not trying to kill each other, and
Whoa.
that's about it. Like,
Depending on
they
how
don't do much
controversial you want to
else.
be, the
What up,
wrestling
Kefka?
referees are so important. Are
Oh,
so
yeah.
they hand the blades. They sneak the blades on and off the set for
I-
half.
Not always.
They inconsistently count to, like, there's 1 minute where you count to 10 and it's literally 7 seconds, and the other time we're like half an hour into the match and you've counted to 2. Fucking hell, Robinson, learn to count.
Damn, he's name dropping. Oh my god.
I've been doing this shit for 20 years. I love Charles Robinson. I can't imagine. He's the goat.
So my eyes keep going over to this right now. What the fuck happened with the Suicide Squad devs? I know the game was, I mean, retrospectively dog shit compared, like, community wise. I didn't play it. It looked like another grind fest third person Destiny kind of thing with friends.
Yeah.
So from what I understand from the report I got, and this is a more accurate source than some of the other sources that we have for today. There's one in particular that's like, we could talk about that. That's interesting. But from what I understand of the Suicide Squad developers is they have had major layoffs, specifically in their quality control sector and quality assurance.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Fantastic.
I'll try and find the article now. That I was able to find.
This doesn't sound like a mass. This sounds like a mass firing, right?
So
Well,
Wait, was that the
So-
one?
I was Eurogamer. That's the Eurogamer. Got told that there have been major redundancies in the studio following the underperformance of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Kill the Justice League. I can't fucking read. This is my entire job. The company's QA department has seen its size almost cut in half over the past month, and this was about 2 weeks ago. So this was literally like the Tuesday after the last podcast. Eurogamer got this report that the QA was getting restructured because it had basically been put down from a team of 33 to 15 with the poor sales.
Jesus
And the
Christ.
poor sales, the poor sales of Kill the Justice League, according to Eurogamer, are the direct reason that over half of their QA team have been made redundant, because clearly something went wrong in that department. Now, we don't necessarily know what went on, but given what happened with Kill the Justice League, and considering, like, a couple of months after its release, it was already doing double figures on recurring Steam players. I believe at the point that I saw it, like 2 months after release, the average player count on Steam was 57. I'm happy to be corrected on that. I don't know what it's currently at. I can get that number for you in a minute. But yeah, the boycott worked a little bit. It got noticed at the very least.
Yikes. Fucking yikes. So then that kind of brings up brings up the question of, like, you hire a QA team, your QA team sucks. What's your next move?
Hire a new QA team.
I mean, at that point, your investors are just going to turn around and be like, why'd you fucking waste money on this anyways? Let's just do what everybody else is fucking doing.
Well, I this was the thing, is Suicide Squad was supposed to be the continuation of the Arkham games. I was saying, like, it directly ties into the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I forget the voice actor for that Batman, but it's the guy, he's known for playing Batman, but that was his one of, if not his last
Christian Bale?
voiced No,
No.
like the voice actor for it.
Animated.
Yeah, but like that was one of, if not his last project was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and they had said that they had like a year of content because obviously there was the Joker release and there was going to be a lot of new characters and stuff like that that got brought out, and they had this whole like 12-month roadmap or something along those lines. I'm looking at the numbers right now. As of 18 minutes ago, the current active player base is 383. This was considered to be the next big AAA game. This was supposed to be a contender for Game of the Year, and it's at 383 today.
I mean, this is like a huge budget movie that ends up
Completely
bombing.
flopping at the box office.
Yeah. And this is it's Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Voices Batman in most of the animated stuff. He's the voice of Multiverse's Batman.
I think people are just like, gamers are really thirsty for a new fucking genre of game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think they're just thirsty for a new game. Like something to be excited about. I think they just haven't been excited about a game in a really long time. And also that's like not a I mean Wukong kind of was that, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's not."
I think Wukong is that currently. Yeah, like Wukong
Yeah.
is the big thing 'cause that's doing really well.
Oh, it's not
But-
a AAA title from our normal studios. Fucking it's
Well,
it's
it
like the
was-
hope.
It was hitting good fucking numbers on release.
Yeah.
Good numbers.
Deservedly, yeah. But it's the big thing is that it's not from like EA or another gaming studio that I can name, definitely.
15 years, guys, I'm telling you.
But no, I mean, I think people are just like exhausted with the number of games that they want to look forward to, and just end up being kind of flops.
Yeah.
Well, I
that-
think, yeah, this was kind of thing because I know we were talking about X Defiant last month, and like the idea that gamers want games to fail and all that. I think part of that is like we are just getting the carbon copies of games released over and over again. I mean, the next Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 is in, it's in its early access. I think that's still active. We've got Delta Force, which is which is about to go into beta. I think in a couple of weeks because I know the alpha test is done with that now. And I love Delta Force, but it is just another Battlefield. Black Ops, I've heard very good things, but it is just another Call of Duty game. X Defiant is basically just another an objective shooter. Kill the Justice League was meant to be this big old thing, but it's just another shooting gallery game. First Descendant is just another MMO. Like, these games are great.
Yep.
They have good things, but it's more of the same.
See, I think
I think
Everything
that's why
is the same.
Quidditch is doing so well. It's because it's different.
I think the difference between a lot of these games and say like
Delta Force.
I was gonna say X Defiant or is that there isn't a I think all the new Call of Duty games, right? I think they're fine. I think people don't actually care that much about these games. Which is fine. Because it's just another carbon copy of what they're doing, and there's not a lot of expectation there. Versus something like what is it? The Suicide Squad game. The Suicide Squad game there's so much excitement behind it. But that was a flop. Was it Starfield that kind of had the same thing?
Starfield was
Yeah.
Starfield actually, believe it
Listen,
or not, Starfield actually kicked off better than a lot of people thought it would for being a Bethesda title. And that's another thing with Call of Duty too, is like a lot of people that are playing Call of Duty, it's that mix of you're either a super sweat trying to fucking still go pro, or you're the casual 9 to 5 gamer that just wants to play for a few hours when they get home. and
Yeah.
then everybody in the middle is not playing Call of Duty because they're playing other shit. And one thing that pisses me off still, I mean, I not really piss me off, but I'm just kind of tired of it as far as like a new genre and all. It's like every new game that comes out, like you guys were just saying, it's a fucking carbon copy. You can say, "Oh, that's a bit of Destiny with a bit of Division, and that's a bit of fucking Black Desert with a bit of World of Warcraft, and that's a bit of Call of Duty with a bit of Battlefield and a bit of Tarkov," and it's like
How did you describe Deadlock to me when I asked you what it was?
it's fucking it's Smite with
Pew pews.
oh
With
my god, what?
Overwatch.
Yeah, it's Smite and Overwatch. That's all it is.
Like,
Yeah,
and
I think that's a.
that. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that's like a little oversimplification of like what I feel like the problem is, because you can do that with any genre. You do that with music all the time. You're like, oh, this new band's coming up. Oh, what's their sound? It's like, oh, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right?
Yeah.
No, but you have to. You
Yeah,
have to
exactly.
do that with games
'Cause-
because it's such an oversaturated market and this is why, like, I think Quidditch again. I'll say Quidditch is doing so well because we haven't had a Quidditch game in over 10 years. I think the last Quidditch game we'd had was World Cup. And so, like, it's a Harry Potter game, and people who are Harry Potter fans are going to buy it. Hello, Cat, that's why you're here. But it's also like it's something different and it's something new, and that's why I think I'm kind of excited for a game like Splitgate 2 to come out because it's the first-person shooter. Yeah, okay, it's Halo, but with the portal aspect to it, and it is that description of it's Halo with portals. But you can say it's Halo with portals, and that is quite intriguing because it's like, okay, how is that going to work? And so, and someone who's played a lot of the original Splitgate, it's really fun and it's interesting. But when you hear it's Smite but with Overwatch, that just sounds more generic than other easy descriptors that you could have for other games. Like, Quidditch is Harry Potter and FIFA. It's like, okay, how the fuck does that work? I want to figure this out, right? Like so I think people are pining for these newer games that are interesting, and if you could describe it simply, but describe it as a way of like, okay, you described it as this thing, but this thing, but in my brain, I can't figure out how that melts. Overwatch and Smite, I can picture that in my head and I know how it's gonna play. I can't picture in my head how FIFA and Harry Potter's gonna fucking work, so I want to
But
give it a
see,
go.
in my opinion, the difference is the fact that it's Harry Potter and FIFA, not necessarily like. Let me think
I
of
think
it. It's not necessarily Call of Duty and FIFA. You know what I mean? It's not two games mixed together. It's an IP with a game, turning it into its own thing.
So
And that's what people are looking for.
I think also just like my whole like point was really leaning on expectation. When Quidditch. So basically, as Quidditch was getting announced, people who were really excited for it are undoubtedly the Harry Potter fans, right? Which is fine. Harry Potter games are usually pretty fun, anyways. Just on top of everything, just because the world is really exciting to explore and do all that stuff. But the expectation for like the quality of gameplay isn't super high for a game like that, if that makes sense. Like, you're not expecting some, in my opinion, like, you're not looking for some crazy gameplay, innovative, anything like that. You're just like, oh, I want to ride around on broomsticks, throw a ball, and then if the gameplay is good and balanced, that's a plus, but it doesn't really affect what I want out of the game. And then on
Quality
top,
and
but
like simplicity shouldn't equate to one another, though.
no but the expectation was that like the game's like fine. But then
Okay.
what got released is something better than that, and that generates the hype that gets everybody going. For a lot of these games that are coming out, to go back to the original one, the the Suicide Squad game, so much hype went into it beforehand because it's the successor to the Arkham series. It's the successor to this long running, really good series over and over again. And because it just wasn't that good. It didn't live up to that level of like Arkham Knight, gameplay wise, story wise, and a bunch of other people have different opinions on that. I think it like really ate into the Suicide Squad. It's just like compounding problem, right? Like you here, it's not that good. People are like, okay, I guess I won't get it. Gets passed on. Especially with like a big studio, big game that probably had tons of money pumped into it. And I'm like in my brain, the last game that was like really good that had all that hype and all that money dumped into it was God of War 3. I don't know if there's anything that's like even remotely had that much money and excitement backing it. That
I think there's so many fucking games.
since
Like
since God of War 3.
Baldur's Gate
I
3.
think there's I can think of a top 10 list of
Okay.
games.
That you would say that
Lived up to the hype.
lived up to that level of hype.
I think
Or that got
I think the
Right
first
there.
thing that comes to my mind is Spider-Man games.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I
Both
think
of them.
that's fair. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and, I'd even say God of War 4 did the exact same thing, because the second you saw Kratos on the screen, after the amount of time that it had been, the hype
no,
for
people
that
were
was
so
insane.
disappointed. People are so disappointed in that game, though.
In 4, really?
Yeah.
Really?
People hated Atreus.
No, there's a difference between hating a character. Like, I can think
Yeah.
of characters in the game that I fucking hate, but like God of War 4 is still an immaculate game as far as the game is concerned.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
Atreus.
sure that, like, as far as like games go, the expectation to that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like I think it was a good game. I don't think, and part of it's because it's a sequel, and for all intents and purposes, God of War 3 was not the sequel. Because it's like a whole nother series.
Yeah.
I don't know. The God of War 4, in my memory, that first month, everyone hated it. So many people disliked that you had to play as Atreus. They disliked that you were, that basically, or just like dislike the character and having to be involved with it at all. It was like a very, because he is like the main character of the game, right?
Yeah.
And people want it to be a more Kratos centric game, like continuously, because of course you do.
I think this is a good example of Echo Chambers then, because my memory of that is like everyone I spoke to fucking loved that game.
I think I mean generally people said that was good, but I remember a lot of people being very disappointed in that game.
But I think the other thing with this argument and all is like expectation is such a weird metric to measure.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah,
like-
no, but I'm
So-
saying that like I think there's this big problem in the industry where people get a lot of hype, get a lot of money into a game, and it continuously failing over and over again because there's a lot of companies doing it, a lot of people trying to pump in a lot of money into these games. And I think a lot of people are just very tired of being disappointed.
Well, speaking on the fact of expectation and carbon copies, how long did Concord last?
month, if that. I don't even think it lasted a month.
It didn't even last a month. It lasted days. What do you mean? Days, maybe like a week and a half for official release, I should say.
I forgot about this game completely.
So did
Because
everyone else.
Because it wasn't fucking marketed nowhere. No, like their marketing,
It's like the Wii U all over again.
their marketing sucked. It was, again, a fucking carbon copy who coming in a fucking oversaturated hero shooter market expecting something fucking different. Oh my god, you got another fucking hero shooter with fucking objectives and pew pew. Like,
Yeah.
welcome to the squad.
See, my story for this news is really interesting because I was the one that like collected a lot of news for the particular podcast, and like so I'm scrolling through TikTok because admittedly I get a lot of news through TikTok because it's actually a really good source for gaming news. If you follow the right channels, you can learn a lot of shit about our space. But so I'm scrolling, I get an ad for Conquered, and I'm like, okay, oh, I remember Justin telling me about this game. Okay, yeah, it looks like another hero shooter, but all right. I scroll literally the next fucking thing I get. Concord's dead. Lasted 3.5 weeks or whatever it was. It's so it feels like they started pumping money into the ads way too late.
Way too fucking late. It was
So there's
like
really a sweet spot.
it was bad. They did have like a early access beta kind of thing, whatever. I think that only lasted 2 weeks or whatever, and then they were like, "Here's the game." Like, okay. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing advertisements after the game is released. Like, you guys didn't think about this beforehand?
So here's a question I've got. Because I remember off the top of my head, was there anything on Conquered at Summer Games Fest? Because I don't remember there being
I don't
any.
think so, no. Nope.
I missed the first like half an hour, 45 minutes of it. But I feel like that's where you should have put it, right? Because that happened around the time of the release, give or take a few days. Like, because I mean, there's a lot. I mean, my wish list on Steam has doubled because of Summer Games Fest. Because there's so many good games coming out that look really interesting. I'm looking forward to No More Room in Hell 2. I think that's gonna be fucking baller. But I feel like that is where you should have put your money. It's like, okay, Summer Games Fest is happening, then we're gonna release this because Conquered literally died, like again like 2 weeks ago. As you know, the last episode of this went up on YouTube. I think was when I fucking put it in because I think it was one of the first things on my bullet point list was Conquered died. But like so, Summer Games Fest felt like the perfect time. And so I guess maybe the game just got no budget for the marketing department, which is a stark comparison to Kill the Justice League, where like money was put into the marketing because it's Kill the Justice League, it's DC, it's Batman, it's Harley Quinn, it's Joker, it's all this.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot more money could have clearly gone into QA testing and development and bug fixes. Whereas Conquered, the gameplay I looked at actually looked really smooth, but there was no marketing. You know, for a hero shooter, it looked fine. So I guess all the money went to development, and then they were like, "Oh, we don't have any budget for marketing." I don't know.
With that, they charged $40 for a game that you can get free everywhere else in something like Overwatch.
Yep,
Charging $40 for a hero shooter is ridiculous.
To also be very fair to Suicide Squad, that's the way that they ran it was basically, I mean, to their detriment. How the gaming industry has been working for the last however many years, where you just release a buggy mess and be like, no, don't worry, we're gonna bug fix it, it'll be fine.
Cyberpunk.
I hate it. I hate the concept of a day one patch. It pisses me off to no end.
Yeah. But no, it's problematic.
Well,
every which way you look at it. So
that's also the other thing is they were trying to charge $40 for a game in an oversaturated market where microtransactions are fucking king. And again, they didn't market it. There's nothing special about it. Gamers, literally the question in everybody's mind, why would I pay $40 for the same game that I'm playing everywhere else instead of them being able to grab it for free, having the choice for microtransactions, and then possibly the game actually at least staying alive for a while.
So, mm,
I
like,
think that's the thing. As much as I hate to admit it, like the choice between playing a free game and then microtransactions, whether they're shoved in your face or not, is gonna appease the casual gamer more than, hey, this game costs money. Now I need to figure out whether or not I want to buy it. And then in this day and age, with the way games are, am I wasting my money? Is it going to come out a buggy piece of shit? Is it worth the money they're putting out? Is fucking the next Ubisoft game worth $100? Like,
This is why I miss demos so much.
exactly.
Because like genuine. So here's the question I guess I want to pose: is if Concord was, let's say, $15, and its quality of gameplay was on the same level as something like Overwatch, let's say, for example, do you think it would be more worth the money?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's $15 and I can play Overwatch for free, but Concord does this, this, and this, and it's different. Like, do you think at that point it's more worth it, or do you think that making it a price tag at all was what did it to them?
That's the thing, is overall Concord gameplay wasn't horrible. I that's what I think killed it, was the price tag and the lack of marketing. Like, the gameplay was not bad, at least in my opinion. It was, same shit as Overwatch, just different objectives. But it's like, it's a new game. People would play it if there wasn't a price tag on it. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, the problem is that there's really nothing to latch onto. Overwatch 2 like being a success is because Overwatch still had such a huge fan base, right? It's just really easy to grab people and tell. Even with free to play games, it's very hard to tell people to play your game. It's just because everyone's competing for the same player base, basically. So you need to market the hell out of your game. You can't just rely on your gameplay, unfortunately.
Well, that's the thing. Again, it's like, if it was free, it
Especially
probably
PvP.
wouldn't be. If it was free and it had microtransactions, it probably wouldn't be dead right now. Like,
I don't know if that's true.
I 100% think it's true, because it's a free game. People choose to put money in it, and even if they don't, like, even if 70% of the player base doesn't put money in it, they're still making their money back, and they have no reason to shut down the game. A big example of, I think, the whole free-to-play model is, go back to how Apex Legend dropped. Anybody?
Yeah, I mean, Apex had like a lot of things going for it, though.
But
I think people would have paid money for it. I think people would have paid like $15 for Apex.
But that's the thing. There was no marketing, no nothing. The biggest thing that came for Apex's release was that fucking Respawn was working on a new game, and everybody was like, "Oh, what's going on? This is hype, whatever." And then all
it was
of a sudden,
coming out during the major hype of Battle Royales. Like, that's when Battle Royales was at its fucking
peak. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm saying,
and then a random day, just some random day in, what was it, February or March, whatever, just fucking, I can't remember if it was the EA launcher or whatever, but just fucking dropped it in the fucking launcher. Advertisements, they started marketing it out.
Be successful. They didn't think Apex was going to be a success. That, like, Apex was effectively, we have a load of people from Titanfall 2 now that don't really have much to do. We're going to stick them on the Apex team.
It's the same thing with Fortnite.
Well, it's not even
I'm
that.
still waiting for
uh,
my building tower defense game that I know that they canceled. Fortnite's never coming out.
I think it's worse than Fort because the thing with the battle royale mode for Fortnite was we're gonna build hype for our main mode, like this is a side project but it's gonna filter people into
There's
our
also an
paid
Unreal
game mode.
Engine demo.
No,
all
but
that.
like but no, but I like the whole point of the battle royale mode was it's the side mode that's gonna filter into the thing that's gonna make us a lot of money. Apex wasn't even that because it wasn't the side mode or anything. It was just the entire project was just we have people make this thing. Battle royales are popular. Like we're working on it on the Titanfall 2 movement mechanics and stuff like that, and we're gonna put a little bit into it. We're gonna make sure that it's a really good game and it's high quality. But if this flops, it's fine because we have other projects that we can make up for it. And then it fucking bombed. Like it hit shit, and people were going insane, and it bombed so well. Like, and people were really into it, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, all right, let's start releasing some new characters for it." And that's when the trailers started coming out.
God, sliding was revolutionary. It was so much fun. Especially because PUBG was the worst and people didn't want to
Mhm.
build. That was say what you will say about build mode, about the difficulty and stuff like that. Build mode is the most aggressive mode. There's giving players incentive to kill other players that isn't just the circle closing. Made Fortnite by far one of the more fun battle royales that are happening. Or that were happening around that time.
Speaking of which, what are we playing after this? Because it's already been a fucking hour.
Bro, we're about halfway through my
Jackbox?
list. Fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to post this for fucking next session.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, okay. As a counterpoint to everything that Justin has been saying today about oversaturated markets, free to play, all marketing and all that. Space Marines 2. Not a game that I'm gonna ever play because I don't care for the whole like sci-fi thing.
Bro,
What a launch.
I can't get Space Marines 2 because if I do, none of you will ever see me again. Dead ass.
Oh my
What a
That
god.
game
launch.
that game looks so much fun. That game looks so much fun. And
Yeah.
it's done so well. I think Space Marines 2 is contender for Game of the Year. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get it necessarily, but I think it's definitely up there as a contender because they have done really well on that. And from
Yeah.
what I understand, they're gonna do some DLC packs in the future for additional content that if you want, you can play this shit. But if not, it's already made more money than I think they were expecting it to.
Yeah.
Because
How much
here's the
is it?
weird thing about
It's
I don't know
$60.
how much it's $60. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
Nice.
a slightly cheaper AAA game, like as far as the metric is concerned.
As far as I mean, yeah,
As far as
Warhammer.
AAA's go, it's a little bit on the cheaper side. But here's the weird thing about Space Marines 2. It worked on launch day. Like it launched and the game just
That
worked.
is unheard of.
Warhammer. Okay, so for those who don't play Warhammer games, including the tabletop ones, are famous for one of two things: never working or working very well from the get-go. What's the other one that people are playing? The wave killing. What's it called?
Darktide?
Darktide. Yeah, Darktide still doesn't work. To my knowledge, my friends keep playing it and they're like, "Yeah, we found like 3 new bugs." Uh,
Yeah, that was a interesting one.
but that one did really well too. Because ultimately it's just fun. But yeah, Space Marines popped off. I only also to my knowledge there wasn't like a hype's not the right word. Like everyone knew the game was coming out, but they weren't starving for it. They're like, "Oh, we'll play it when it comes out." And
Well, that's the
turned
thing.
out to be really good.
I think that's the thing about like Warhammer actual video games is like the only people that actively know the news of Warhammer are of course Warhammer nerds, And
Yeah.
then when that starts spilling out, then that's when the fucking Warhammer games just pop off.
You know what? You know what it is. It is. I think the exact same thing that happened with Baldur's Gate 3 has happened with Warhammer. Dead ass.
Baldur's
Because-
Gate also came out like exact at the right time. Baldur's Gate 3 came out right at the peak of the D&D hype, and when people, because most of those people who never even heard of Baldur's Gate 2, but they're like, "Oh, D&D? This is like playing a D&D campaign but in a video game, and I don't need to get friends to do this." Down.
See,
Well, that-
I agree and disagree because there was a very large portion of the Baldur's Gate community that had no fucking interest in D&D whatsoever.
Yep.
But they heard that everyone was saying that this is like the greatest, like one of the greatest games of all time. All right, I'm gonna pick it up. They saw how passionate the community was for it. All right, I'll pick it up. I think the same thing is gonna happen with Space Marines 2, in that okay, this is you know. I'm not in Warhammer whatsoever. I don't care for the universe, but I'm over here saying that if I pick up that game, I'm going to sink an entire week into it because I got caught up in the hype because it looks fun. I think Helldivers would have been in the same position if they didn't if PlayStation didn't kill Helldivers. Like I think that's what it comes down to is the developers have handled it really well, and they were just like, right, we're going to release a game. Everything in this game you can unlock. There'll be DLC later if you want it. If you don't, that's fine. Enjoy it. And you know what? I will.
That's the thing with Baldur's Gate 3 also is like there were like you said, there were so many people who blatantly stated they would never play like turn-based games. And yeah, they
Mhm.
were on Baldur's Gate 3 just raving about it. It's like that's
Like,
it was
yeah,
so good.
the hype ball, like just all the D&D stuff helped the ball roll to the top of the hill. And then once it launched, it stayed cold. You know, the snowball kept rolling. I have not beaten Baldur's Gate 3. I don't even think I finished Act 1. Granted, the first 20 minutes of my game play
Bro,
was
I
on
played
the
like
hardest mode.
maybe I want to say like at least 8 different sessions with different fucking people. And my farthest session was with Modeled actually, running as a duo. And I think we only got halfway through fucking Act 3 and we just never finished it.
I still haven't finished my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. I think I'm gonna try and set up a playthrough with Yaz, and which I'm just like, right, Yaz, I don't care what we do, but I need to get to the end.
Bro,
I,
that's the thing. Is like I want to do everything, and it's like if I start a new game, it's like
The character
I tried
creator
to-
is so good.
the gamer in me was like, "Oh, there's a hardest difficulty. I'm gonna do that."
Oh, you fucking idiot!
Oh yeah, I spent so much time watching the opening cutscenes. I eventually texted because everyone's like, "Oh, why aren't you streaming it?" I won't watch. I was like, "No, this is for me. This game is for me. I'm
Yep.
playing this for me, not for you guys."
Yep.
Eventually, I texted my friend. I was like, "Am I supposed to be?" He's like, "No. Just one difficulty down. Save abuse a little bit.
See,
You'll be able to finish the game. It's still
see,
hard."
I love games that have customizable difficulty. Shadow of War birthed my love for it, and Baldur's Gate 3 has it, where you can actually decide how hard certain things are going to be for you. I think that's great. The one criticism I still have of Baldur's Gate 3, because it's never going to be able to be fixed, because it's how the game works, but your first playthrough of this game will always suck, because the game expects you to be on your third playthrough, and you know what happens. I'm not going to spoil shit, but Act 2... the Saloon Cleric, if you know, you know. Fuck that fight. Fuck it long, fuck it hard.
I play lots of D&D and I abuse a lot of stuff.
did
died.
did anybody else fucking genocide the Gith Yankees? No, just me.
I'm not that far.
I think that's where I got. I think I got to the Gith Yankee on my current playthrough. Like I skipped that entire quest line because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Underdark and do this thing, and then all of a sudden it was Act 2, and then fucking Lae'zel got really upset with me, like, oh, we haven't got to the gear, so I'm like, okay, we'll backtrack and we'll go. All right, I'm sorry.
Bro, her whole attitude just pissed me off the entire time. And when fucking me and my
I
buddy
couldn't
got to
stand her.
that point, I was just like, we're doing this. We're doing
I
this. These guys are assholes. This whole
So,
I
so
don't know
what
where
I'm-
she is. I don't know where
Wait.
she is because I spent all of I don't know. I played the opening so much, guys. You don't understand how long it took me to get past the ship, the fallen
oh
ship.
my-
Because
so what I'm hearing is we got to do a Crack Media Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Oh no.
Let's fucking that dead ass. That's what I'm hearing. 'Cause,
oh,
Like,
fuck.
I think we could do it.
I mean, if we play as like 4 player characters, do we ever use the companion characters?
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
They're
That's so much
basically
better.
just there for
That's so much
fucking-
better. I hate. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I play a lot of D&D like in my off time too. It's just it's the problem of like it just feels like it's like playing a sim, you know? It's like you're like, oh, I really like this game, you know. Every day I have to get out of bed, brush my teeth because hygiene's important, eat breakfast because if I don't, I'm gonna be starving all day until I have my lunch break. But then like it's just it's just that, except fantasy and swords. Every combat is like PTSD for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
just
think
honestly,
it's better, though.
I hate rolling a fucking digital dice. There's not many things I say I hate in this world, but rolling a digital dice on a PC really just fucking grinds my fucking gears.
Oh, bro, you've turned off karmic dice and you will never seeing that 20 in your fucking life. Because that's what I did for my playthrough. And I got yelled at.
no.
I got yelled at. I was like, why are you turning off karmic dice? Because, oh, you're never going to, like, all your checks are going to fail and you're going to get pissed off. I'm like, yeah. Because that's what happens to me when I play D&D normally. My
Yeah.
dice fucking hate me. I'm staring at my dice in Dice Gel right now. I rolled a 2 on you 3 times in a fucking row.
Sounds like we need a cracked media D&D session.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I
If
haven't
you-
heard. I need V2 to give me my fucking god back.
If you said gun? Oh, guard.
God, I have someone making. So basically, I'm building a new homebrew world, and like it's homebrew gods, homebrew cities, and I'm reaching out to different friends and be like, hey, I've got this thing.
Fuck, I need to finish
Write the
mine.
law. Yeah, you do.
I've had a lot on my plate. Okay.
Just know that if you have me as a player character, I'm sorry.
I'm aware. I've
Alright,
had
okay.
Lau as a player character before.
Well,
You'll be fine.
Well, we also got to bring Kefka into this if we do that for sure.
Oh,
I read whatever thing you tell me. I latch onto one sentence, and that's my whole character's personality.
I'm just saying. Okay, if it's been a reoccurring theme, all right. If y'all do something stupid and make a dumb decision in a fucking D&D campaign, I will chew your ass out for it without
that's what my
fucking
character
regret.
would do. what my
Without
character would do.
regret. Like the
We're gonna be in the final session of Crack's D&D session, and I'm gonna reveal that thing that Quang touched in session 0 is what caused everything that happened.
Oh,
And Justin's
100%.
gonna be so upset.
because I
Especially
fucking
because
told him not to
there's going
touch
to
it.
there's gonna be a verb. There will be an actual recording of him being like, "Why did you even touch that?" I'm like, I don't know. Oops, I broke it.
No,
Anyways.
it's gonna be the recording of me telling you not to touch the thing that you go and fucking touch, and then that's gonna like just spiral into a bunch of bullshit.
It's not even gonna be that. Quang's playing a rogue and he's
I-
still fucking silver
Oh
spoon.
no, nope.
And like,
Nope.
and motherfuckers like, we get to the final thing, and it's like,
Oh,
why
you
are
have
doing
no idea
this?
how
And it's like,
stupid I would
knew-
be. I would be a
like, oh.
sorcerer who stole a wooden attempted to steal a wooden table. That's
Oh,
like that's closer to what I
It's
do.
like, why did you murder all the people in the silver mine? Well, among other things, I needed a new silver spoon because all of mine got stolen. Quang, you fucker!
I'm glad you understand. Is there anything else that we wanted to touch on today? I'm sorry
I
for
wanted,
derailing
I
everything
wanted to
always.
talk about the GTA 6 thing because that's all rumor, and I feel like if we don't talk about it now, then that is gonna like either be confirmed or denied by the time we do the next thing.
All right, let's touch on that and then figure out what we
Yeah.
want to play.
So very quickly, GTA 6. There are rumors that GTA 6 is going to be delayed to early to mid at the latest 2026. Obviously, the original projections I believe were for the end of 2025. Now, here's the interesting thing about this is there's been a lot of stuff on Twitter, X, whatever, recently because what's gone on with GTA 6 is a couple of sources from up top in Rockstar. I believe it's Rockstar Scotland or Rockstar North, but they're the guys that do all the GTA stuff. Specifically, like apparently the upper management of all that leaked this information to a couple of sources, and this is where I say take everything you hear here with a grain of salt because I'm not sure how trustworthy these sources are. But the joy of it is, those sources then went to the developers and started asking them questions about this. And the developers had no fucking idea about a delay. They were still working under the impression that they were releasing at the end of 2025.
Interesting.
I mean,
With what Rockstar is known for, with its fucking crunch time reputation, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's
haven't they
interesting.
delayed most of their releases, or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure Red Dead 2 got delayed.
Red Dead 2 got delayed, GTA 5 didn't.
Okay.
The caveat to all of this is apparently Rockstar have been doing a lot of cleaning of house recently with replacing people because of the toxic work environment, because Rockstar, especially with GTA 5, the crunch time on GTA 5, people were working like 18-hour shifts at Rockstar to try and get that game out on time. And like we're getting paid next to nothing, and it was really awful and toxic. People genuinely like needed medical help because of it. There has been a lot of, and this has been confirmed, there's been a lot of cleaning up in Rockstar just across the world to make sure that these crunch time mentalities aren't as severe, and like we try and avoid them because crunch time is shit. If you've ever done a job where crunch time is a thing, which I have, it's shit. You lose your fucking mind, and it
Yup.
makes you incredibly unwell mentally, emotionally, physically. So I'm curious as to why we're getting conflicting stories from Rockstar and where that's leading. Are we getting a delay, or are they gonna, is this some kind of big PR scheme where it's like, oh, it's delayed? Ha, Sykes, we released it yesterday. Um, because we've seen Bethesda do that before. Bethesda released Fallout 4 the day before one of their talks. I think Bethesda had a convention or something, and literally at the end of the talk, I was like, "Yeah, so Fallout 4 will be out yesterday," and everyone ran out the room to go download the game and play it. It was really funny. Um, but so I'm really curious what's going on in Rockstar. That's all I wanted to touch on.
Well, either way though, I think it's a plus. Whether they're actually delaying it to make it fucking perfect or if they're gonna fucking just throw it on everybody. Either way is gonna be, I think, would be pretty fucking hype.
I just hope we don't have another cyberpunk situation. That's my only fear. And I don't think we
I
will
don't
because I
think
trust Rockstar.
yeah, I don't think Rockstar will allow that.
But I think
I
we've all been scarred a little bit by
I'm
cyberpunk.
okay, let me change that. I don't think they will. I hope they won't, but I don't think they will. It's
Yeah.
we'll see.
And then obviously the PC version of GTA 6 won't be released for anywhere between 12 and 18 months after console release, which means I don't get to play it for a year. Thanks.
Yeah,
Because
that's
everyone's been everyone's talking like, oh, in the long term, like, oh, 6M or whatever roleplay service they provide is gonna be for GTA 6. I'm like, I'm gonna be a year behind as it is. So I'm gonna have to avoid spoilers for GTA 6 for a whole fucking year and then play the single player to death. I won't be on the but by the time I have the time and the mental capacity and the effort to get into the role playing scene, they're gonna have released Red Dead Redemption 3. They're gonna have done it. Like at that point, I'm just like, because I'll be real. I'm not gonna touch the online. I'm not gonna touch the roleplay scene until I've seen everything in GTA 6 because
I'm still
GTA
gonna
5
bug you
was
too.
such a fucking. I don't care. And I'm gonna be there. Like I'm on my third playthrough of this fucking game because GTA 5 is what, and I'll die on this hill. GTA 5 may be one of, if not in the top 3, best single player story mode campaigns, whatever you want to call it,
Oh, absolutely.
of all time.
Absolutely.
From the writing to the pacing, the only thing that brings it down and why it isn't the best is because Rockstar's mission system is still shit. It's follow the waypoint, shoot the red dots, pick up the blue dot, follow the waypoint, mission over. That's what it is.
To me,
But yeah.
top 2 story games ever: Skyrim and GTA 5. Like, oh no, let's hear those thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, I will die on this hill. I will forever put Oblivion before Skyrim.
No, I can get that. I can get that absolutely. I am just a major Skyrim fan. I love Skyrim.
It did make waves. Did make waves. But we are an hour and 20 minutes in, boys and
Yeah.
girls.
I was gonna say I'm gonna forgive Kat for that comment because I know she hasn't played Outer Wilds yet. But
No, I
Ooh,
haven't.
I need to play Outer Wilds. That's
oh
a
my god,
game on
I'm
my-
working. So Jay, I'm working on a video essay, and I think I'm gonna upload it on my. It's not gonna be out for like 3 years, 5 days, and about 12 different lifespans.
Well,
But when I put it out on my channel, I think I'm also gonna give it to Justin to upload onto Cracked as well, because this video will be my magnum opus. Because it's basically a video telling you to stop watching and just go buy this fucking game. Because I'll die on this hill. I don't care. I will fight everyone singularly and collectively. Outer Wilds is the greatest game ever fucking made. I don't care about your League of Legends. I don't care about your Quidditch champions. I don't give a flying fuck about your GTA San Andreas. Fuck you guys. Outer Wilds is the greatest game of all time.
Y'all new school kids with your story and your gameplay. What happened to Pong?
What happened to- What do you mean? Pong had great story, bro. What?
All I
That's
needed
waffy.
is the white and black screen, some knobs. We got
Some
great
knobs,
game.
bro.
That moment when Pong saw better than Conquered.
damn.
Dude. If
Legend
Pong
of
came out
the
today,
You
Legends!
didn't.
if Pong
You
came
didn't
out
have to
today,
do
it would
him like
still
that.
be doing better than Conquered. I'm going to let you know. It's gonna be $5. Everyone would buy it and be like, "Cool," and then move
Bro,
on. With
look
it.
at-
mobile.
Look at fucking
Yo, Marble.
God. What was the last fucking discus game that came out? The 3v3. Something strikers. Something
Oh,
strikers.
the Omega Strikers. Yeah.
Omega Strikers. Yeah.
I can't believe that they said that they were gonna kill that game. Which
No.
I was really sad. And they released an update recently, and because I wanted to go, because I was very good at the game. I played day one beta, all that jazz. They recently, this weekend they had a beta test, an alpha test for their platform fighter battle royale game.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
And I've been playing it all weekend.
Jesus.
Interesting.
Because I am the platform fighter guy sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'd be
Sometimes.
interested in that.
50% of the time, I'm best 100% of the time.
It's fun-ish. They haven't figured out like the physics yet, which makes it
But
really difficult to get.
Selling a game as fun-ish is about as well as they sold Kill the Justice League.
I mean, yeah,
It's fun-ish.
the hard part for me, like recommending it, is literally the fact that the game is so unpolished. Uh, but like the gameplay is fun. If you have your standard problems of people running the fuck away and not fighting you.
Hmm.
I just
Honestly, for BR fighters, I think Brawlverse takes the cake for me. It's like a full 3D, yeah, literal fighter battle royale. It was actually really good. I don't know the numbers on it right now, but it's probably pretty close to dead, TBH. But it was good.
I think I could wrap up this podcast in a single sentence.
games are fun sometimes.
ADHD.
And Kat will tell me if this is too much over the line or not, or if it's
Oh,
completely
no.
accurate. Gaming is like autism; it's a spectrum that no one understands, and it's always going to piss somebody off.
The
I
It's fine.
mean,
I
yeah.
have a lot of feelings about that entire statement, but
Look, Kat says,
that's gonna
okay,
be for that's gonna be for while we're gaming.
All right, guys, what are we playing? Oh shit!
I don't know. I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah.
So I was saying before, when it was just Kat and me sitting in a call together, we could try to do some tabletop gaming since
Honestly,
With
I was
4 people?
actually about to suggest that we play my personal favorite game on
My-
Tabletop Simulator.
My only thing for that, Kat, is you want to do that now, or do you want to save it for an entire side quest?
That's fair.
would it be something that we can play as 5 people? Because that is also
Yeah.
I don't know how good the SE's opening Epic launcher.
I just seen that. Yeah, I just seen you opening
Fucking
Epic.
Okay, no.
No,
Dead ass though. Next side quest. Can-
it should have
can
been
we
the
do
last
it?
one.
I
It should have
agree.
been the last one.
Well,
Can we do
somebody
it?
doesn't have fucking tabletop simulator, so we all gotta bully them into it.
Does
we-
Tabletop Simulator
We
do
literally.
5-player
do
games
what?
okay?
Yes,
like-
it can hold up to I think 12 or 8 people at a table.
Because
8 no,
is it
10
still
people
s-
at a table. I'm sorry,
is it still
10.
a square table?
You whatever you want.
No,
Okay.
It can be a dick-shaped table.
Krang,
Hey,
the
yo.
table is based on the game that you load up. We played Villainous with 6 people. Don't worry, you're gonna be good. We did it for my subathon.
Yeah,
and
we
played it with
can-
6 people.
We can play with 10 people.
Sure. I don't want to be sure. Okay.
Play with 10
I-
people.
Are you
I wouldn't be recommending it if I hadn't gone through it in my brain and made sure it worked already.
Oh,
But, Yeah, I only say Kat because because of how passionate you are for Villainous, I want you to be able to have a whole stream to like spotlight it and show it off.
I love it. Okay, it's a good game.
That's what I
It's
just
so
said.
Much fun. I know.
No, actually, I
it's-
thought no. I thought you were implying that Villainous is actually one of the worst tabletop games.
No, I
Uh,
think it's
No.
actually a good. I mean,
No.
CJ, you've played it. I know Justin, you've played it. Like, you guys can say if it's a good game or not.
It's got infinite replayability.
I've technically only played it like twice.
But you've still played.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we could also bring up a bunch more shit that we didn't cover today
That's true.
Mm.
later.
Plus, Juice doesn't have an excuse. We literally got the game for being was it last night? We
Yeah.
were able to get
It's
it for her,
$6.
for them. Sorry. But yeah.
So
And
Fortnite.
honestly, when's the next side quest?
Not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after.
I'll fucking buy it for him.
I'll just look on CD keys. I'll just wait till it comes out.
Exclamation mark CD keys!
Type it in chat.
All right, guys.
Today.
Go
Put it in
ahead.
the chat.
Go ahead. Throw your links in.
I'm just
Chat,
linking my Discord because
w-
I'm not fucking streaming yet.
We'll transition over, I guess. If nobody
Okay.
gives me an idea, I'm just assuming Fortnite. Like,
Yeah, Fortnite's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the thing.
To be fair, you were getting a haircut when we were throwing out ideas into the void.
Yeah, can we talk about that real quick? Justin's like, oh yeah, guys, be here in an hour. So me, Craig, and Kat are all here
Hey,
on time, and it
you-
turns out motherfucker's in the shower because he got a haircut.
Y'all can
Yep.
blame that on Christina, okay?
You're really turning into a
right.
Ludwig, and I don't appreciate that.
Oh my god.
You guys play
Oh
one
my
without me. I will be back in 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
I don't appreciate this slander. All right, guys. This has been episode 33. We'll be back with some post podcast gameplay. Don't go anywhere. Love y'all. Join the Discord.
Yahoo!
Deuces.